wood stove out again, take the wire wheel to it, clean it up, and then I'm gonna get it in the basement, let it warm up to room temperature, and spend the next few nights giving it a paint job. We'll get that dragged down here right now. I'm not sure I'll be able to slide it. Might have to get the tractor in here. It's not light. Pretty heavy unit. Gonna take a buddy or two to help me get this into the camp. So what I just did there was made a second one of these, so it's just a board, and I drilled a couple holes in it. So that's a little bigger. That's a little over 2 inches. That is, and I drilled an inch and a bit down in, so the balls of the feet sit down in the sockets. So this is going to sit on a dolly that I have set up in the basement, and it's also going to be sit on the carry-on toboggan when I drag it in. So I made 2 of these. So next step is to get in here with the tractor, pick it up, and put it in through the patio door down the basement. Then I'll wipe it down with alcohol and hand sand the door. I use the angle grinder, palm sander, and a little mouse sander, and then I vacuumed it out and blew out all the air blew it all off with compressed air. So I probably won't get around to putting the first coat of paint on it tonight, but I'll get it in the basement, and I'll clean up the door and tape off some stuff and get it ready. And tomorrow night I'll put the first coat on. We're just gonna go get the tractor and get this thing in the basement. So it's stove day. And now it's minus 20 here at the house. And there's a bit of wind chill today. So it's gonna be a cold one. I think it's minus 26 up at the property right now. That's what the phone said. I wrapped it all in sandwich wrap and wrapped the boards that it sits in right to it. So then when I pick it up with the straps on the tractor, set it in. So it's going in an open trailer behind the truck and the sleds in the back. So I'm gonna wrap it with this moving blanket and then put a tarp over it, strap it all up. And hopefully we'll keep all the road grind. Being that cold today, there shouldn't be a whole bunch of road slop flying, but we'll try to keep all that stuff off it after all the work we put into it. So yeah, it's just gonna be a cold one. There's just two of us working on this today, so it's a bit of back breaking work, but see if we can be smart about it. Well, we're all loaded up. Got the sled in the back of the truck with the ramp, with the trailer hooked up. Had to remove the tongue jack because I have to run with the tailgate down with the sled in the back. So this is the plan. We show up, we should be able to pull this out by hand. So I got the carry-on facing backwards already, loaded with the wood stove, so I should be able to pull it by hand down the ramp, unhook the trailer, unload the sled, hook the sled up, and carry on down the trail. So all I have left to do now is just put that tarp bag over, strap it down. But I have those cross 2x4s there, right there, that I had the holes drilled in. So I taped them right to the legs of the stove. So you get your front and back one. Then I cut some 2x4s, screwed them along the side. So there's no way for it to slide around on there. I mean, there's a little bit of a gap right there. We're pretty tight on that side, same at the front. But between the eyelets and those crossbars, they can't wiggle around side to side, front to back. And it's strapped forward and backward and then around the top. So as long as the dam goes well, that's the only thing where we're off camber, and then the last hill going up to the cabin. But I'll let you know how it pans out. Can we pull it back a bit? Ready? Nope. There we go. Okay, now actually we might leave it there, because then we can give it the 180 and in and spin. Ready? On three. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. This is what we're up to. We got the carry-on. We moved the front step, carry-on fit right in front of the cabin. The stove needed to be switched 90 degrees, so Michelle and I got that done. And then threw 2 long 2x4s in on top of a pine round in there. So now we're on a downward angle. We just built it up and put the step under it for safety and all those blocks. So I just took off the bottom cross boards. Now we should be able to slide this sucker in. We'll see how it goes. This is my favorite setup to come into the camp. The carry-on toboggan, hockey bag loaded right up, and then the back zipper pocket. Keep the snow shovel because I'm always doing trail improvements. So usually I leave the pouch wide open, the shovels never come out, but you can zip up tight to either side if you wanted. But I just use these gear ties. I love these things. These ones are a loop one, so I feed the loop through an eyelet and back around, front and back. And because this toboggan's flexible and the bag is flexible, it goes over the trail a lot smoother. Unlike the Pelican, when you're going over a hump or a bump, it teeter-totters and is very rough. Gear ties everywhere.
That's a lot of matches.
We left at the house. Well, we got the wood stove fired up in the cabin for the first time. Went from about -11 inside to +12 pretty quick. Just doing some chores around here, trying to get some little knick-knack stuff done. I got the patch on the door here, brought up another padlock, moved all the tools out of the cabin into here. Had an old tool roll. I'll fill it up. There's still a bunch of little stuff still in the cabin, but just the shovels and scrapers and stuff, wooden hammers. Got them all. And the saws up in here. I left the hammer and hatchet in the cabin and a broom. But yeah, we got, I don't know if I'll focus here. Smoke coming out the chimney there. Well, just wrapping up the day. One of the little projects we got done was hanging that big, I think it's a 13-inch thermometer. So it's still about -10 Celsius, that is. And I got some little hooks there and there, and that's to hang the lid of the top bunk when we're using it. Cleaned up some of the wood around here. And the biggest job was this thing. We got her in and our first fire in there. Hung another thermometer. Door's been open now for a while, so it's only +2 Celsius. But we had some leftover burritos and a couple hot chocolates. So, cleaned up the window a little bit from the cabin. Brought a little battery vacuum up. But so, based on the sticker on the back, I have sufficient space behind the stove. I have sufficient space in front of the stove. And I have half the space on either side. So I didn't run into any heat issues. I had the laser thermometer here. But I might just lean a big patio slab in there. It'll be some more thermal mass and just extra precaution. Then on this side, next time I'm up, I'm going to try to rig up something. I have welding cloth, 4x6 welding mat. So plan is maybe drape it right here. It'll prevent most of the heat from passing through, and we can just hang it up, take it down, or tie it to the side. But it'll it can handle some pretty high temperatures. But even right now, the fire's been going for hours, and the side of the bed's pretty well cold to the touch. I mean, the door's open, but and we got fire extinguisher hung. And cut out all those boards there. Measured it up, and I'm gonna build a window for that. We got all the tools out of here and in the woodshed. So we're just packing up. Get out of here.